obviously you want to say, hey, is that the business owner? And then you really want to emphasize your last name.
Right.
The reason I do this, bro, is for a few reasons. One, mainly, when it comes to cold calling, you're going up against like companies and like, like companies that try to sell Wi-Fi, mortgages, heating, gas, electricity, all of that jazz. And they can't say their last name. They only are allowed to say their first name. And they have to say it in a certain manner. They can't like veer away from the script. So by us emphasizing our last name, it kind of throws them off because they're not used to it. That's one thing. The main thing that I've learned is when I say my last name and I say it like I'm something special, they start thinking to themselves, like I've had like admins and receptionists say this to me. They were like, yeah, when you said your last name, I was thinking Crockett, why don't I know that name? I should know this name. And they're kind of thinking, fuck, like I need to know this person, right? So just for some reason, it gives me like authority on the phone. I'm like, yeah, it's Andre Crockett. And then I shut up. Because I really need to sound like a boss kind of thing. And when I've spoken to owners on the phone, they always say like their surnames and stuff, right? So it just sounds more credible. And by saying your last name as well, when you start speaking to the bigger organizations, they're gonna remember your last name, right? And it'll be like it's like your branding kind of thing. So you want to emphasize your last name. Now, for you, bro, I probably wouldn't say I'm super busy. So we can take this part out. And you're gonna say, I say don't suppose because it's how I talk, for instance, right? But you're the way you talk.
Put it American.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's completely different. So I'll say, hey, it's Andre Crockett here. I don't suppose you got a second, have you? And then just pause, like don't say anything until they've answered that part, right? And even if it's completely silent, which it's not going to be, I just need you to just keep quiet. And wait for them to say, yeah, I've got a second, go on in, what is it? Something. And the really important thing is a cold calling, where a lot of people go wrong, especially from the organizations, is they're under pressure and they'll start speaking very quickly. So as soon as I've said, yeah, I've got a second, I'll pause and take a deep breath and I'll just be like, thank you. And this is where like the whole thing starts because I'm super like laid back on the phone. So that's that part, pretty plain and simple. And then you're gonna say, the reason I called is because I'm working with the rest of, so for you, it would be, was it pool fittings, right?
Well, you said to keep it broad, so pool community, I'd say.
Yeah. Do you know if there's a specific term that they all use, like, where the pool guys? I don't
know. Pool industry, really. I mean, a specific term for them really varies between what sub niche they're categorized in.
Yeah.
So builders to services like service providers, and then remodelers. Yeah, I mean, all depends.
So you want to change this.
So when I am speaking to them, if I know that they are working with specifically building, I'd say, yeah, I'm working with the rest of the pool builders right now. That's what you'd want me to say. Yeah. So whenever it comes to that, me personally, just thinking like, what would they say? I feel like the common sense thing they would say is be like, oh yeah, who else are you working with? In which, what would I reply to that?
Yeah. So that's a great question. If that does happen, just be honest. Just be like, I'm just starting out. Because you're not lying. Like you're phoning around the rest of the community, right? And you're trying to work with them. So like, even if it comes to it, and I've never had this in the whole like 4 or 5 years of cold calling, by the way. A worst case scenario, they say, oh, go on then, who are you working with? You say, well, I started working with my girlfriend's dad a few years ago, but I'll tell you about it another time, so I don't want to bore you. That's worst case scenario, but because you're new to this, what your mind's going to do, bro, your mind, the first thing is going to think, oh, what about if this happens? And then, oh, what about if that happens? It's completely normal, and it's going to be like that for the next like 3 months. What I would do, bro, which we can do at another time, or if we've got time today, is every single thing that you think is going to happen, write it down on that notes app you've got, and then next to it, write the outcome. So like, what would you say to it? And then that way you've got all the objections handled in your mind.
Okay.
Yeah. But we'll fit it out together. So I'll give you all the objections to all the counters to your objections, right? So yeah, that's that. So we need to change this for each sub niche. So all fitters, cleaners, builders, whatever it is, right? Cool. In the community, and you want to say community because they're a part of the community, right? They all have their own little like tribe. They all know each other.
Yeah.
Just makes you feel like, just kind of makes them feel like you're one of them in a weird way. And again, the reason why I've found this what works is because none of these cold calling companies can say anything along these lines. They have to be super corporate when they phone. So we're really throwing them off, right? Which is great. And because you haven't been getting the same results over the past couple of years, we can take this out. Perfect. The community.
By the way, this. Oh, my bad. You can go.
Yeah, no, go on. You call time.
Okay, I was gonna say this is kind of off subject, but I just wanted to tell you now so I don't forget later. So, what's your specialty again? It's
in terms
appointment.
appointment setting, sales, closing, everything.
Okay, I was actually going to ask you for advice too, because I did want to go ahead and talk to my girlfriend's dad, who is a pool builder, strictly on referrals, which is another thing I actually wanted to talk to you about, which I will get to it toward the end when we're done with this. But yeah, two more things, and one would be making an offer toward him, knowing he knows I'm a complete beginner. He knows I'm learning. So I feel like we don't really have that connection like that. Like it's kind of awkward between us. I mean, like I remember there's this one time we were at a funeral and my girlfriend had hickeys and he was like, yeah, I don't want to see that anymore. And I was like, oh shit, okay. So it's a little weird, but yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that toward the end once this is good.
Cool. Yeah, all good, bro, all good. I can definitely make it like a script kind of thing with that. So
something.
That's cool. This is really helpful OCD. So the reason I called is because I'm working with the rest of the pool fitters in the community. And I wait, I need to zoom in because my dyslexia is kicking in. You think you got it hard, bro, try being dyslexic. The reason I called is that I'm working. The reason I called is because I am working. Because I'm working with the rest of the community.
Did you just zoom in a little?
What's that?
Did you zoom in a little?
Yeah.
Can you do it a little more?
Yeah.
Shit kind of like hurts my eyes trying to like squint. All right, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah.
Perfect. So the reason I called is that I'm working with the rest of the pool fitters in the community, and I called because I wanted to show you exactly what I've been doing, what I am doing. Cool. So the reason I called is that I'm working with the rest of the pool fitters in the community, and I called because I wanted to show you them. It turns fucking Discord off.
Hey, yours or mine?
Mine.
Oh shit, bro. Thought that was fine.
Yeah. Because I wanted to show you exactly what I'm doing. Cool, perfect. So you're gonna say, once they say, yeah, we've got time, you can say, oh, thank you. So the reason I called is because I'm working with the rest of the pool fitters in the community, and I just called because I want to show you exactly what I'm doing.
And then you pause.
Yeah, pause. Okay. The thing is with cold calling, bro, again, this is what I failed on. And once I improved this, it massively helped with agency, with jobs, everything. What I learned, again, from my therapist as well, he said that if you speak slow and clear and you're not fussed about silence in the room, it comes across really confident and you'll find people tend to listen more. Because a lot of therapists, they speak very slow and clear and they don't care about the awkwardness in the room. And that's why a lot of people listen to them. And I don't know if you've ever had a conversation with someone, but you kind of get like a warm feeling inside and you're like drawn into like what they're saying. I get it when I'm watching documentaries. I don't know if that's just me, but
yeah, that's an interesting I've never heard of that, so I'm definitely putting that in the notes.
Okay, cool.
Maybe I gotta mute mine too. Shit.
Yeah. No, right.
Messages from one guy. What the fuck?
Probably trying to sell you something.
No. Oh, he probably actually. All right, I'll just mute him. All right, go on, go on.
Perfect, perfect. And they're always gonna ask, they're always gonna say like, what is it you're doing? Get to the point. With American people, from my personal experience, they have no filter, but you're used to it, so it probably won't make any difference to you. I thought American people were very rude on the phone, but I just realized they just don't have any filter when they talk.
Yeah, in the pool industry, it's like that, but times 10 because it's somewhat a construction industry. So
Yeah,
they don't give a fuck. They're cussing and all this shit. So you kind of gotta be on the same wavelength with them. So I kind of gotta like be a dick, not toward them, but in general as well. So it's a little weird.
nice. Yeah,
I got that too for sure.
perfect. This is great. Because what I learned from sales, especially door-to-door sales, was like mirror matching. So if someone's a certain way, we need to be like them. And if someone starts cussing, don't start cussing straight away. But like if
Yeah,
someone says, oh, for fuck's sake, man, like go on, go ahead.
yeah,
Bitch, and then just like somewhere on the line, just be like, yeah, you know how it fucking is, mate. Um,
yeah. That's really just making friends 101 right there.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
read people and then adapt.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You need to learn about their tonality and how they speak and stuff like that, and then adapt it to them, right?
I
Don't try.
got you.
So yeah, that's that part. So they're always gonna ask what you're doing, what is it, get to the point, hurry up, just say it, just pitch me, whatever. And just let them know what you're doing in simple terms. Um, I put here as well, some people will make conversation with you and just chat. And some won't. Like some people will just be like, just get to the point. So it's all about the feel of the conversation and the person. So let it come naturally. And I know
Yeah.
it's cheesy as hell. I know it's corny as hell. I know you're thinking, well, fuck's sake, Andre, like, where's my scripts? Like, I've paid you for a script, right?
No, this is good shit.
Okay, cool. Because that's what I thought when I first learned sales. I was like, just give me the script. And
Right.
through there, I had loads of different jobs in sales and stuff. And I noticed the ones where I done really well were where they didn't give me a script, and the ones I didn't do so well were where they did give me a script. Because again, everyone's different. So we just need to speak to people like they're actual human beings rather than just like a money machine or something, right?
Yeah. Otherwise, you sound like you're offering their car's extended warranty. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And again, bro, that's your competition when you're phoning. Um, these construction workers will get anywhere between 10, maybe 5 and 30 calls a day, bro. Yeah. So their phone is going to be ringing 24/7 from a truckload of people, right? So we really need to find a way of separating ourselves from that. So yeah, for example, let them know what you're doing in super terms. You're just going to say, yeah, so like I was saying, it's a business owner. I'm working with pool fitters. In a nutshell, I'm just helping them improve their online presence and just get far more. Because I mentioned before, you said like, was it handy jobs or help jobs or whatever? You know, where they go around and clean the pool and stuff like that. Was it?
Yeah.
Can't remember the word. What was the word?
Servicing.
Servicing. Let me write it down. So you could say something along the lines of, because it will change every time. And let me say this as well. So once you speak to say 100 people, you will have a super clear understanding of like what to say at this part, right? And then you can write that shit down. Because you might find F1 who just services pools is easier to speak to and actually wants your help rather than the people that just install them maybe don't want to speak to you and don't need your help, right? You'll figure that out when you start calling. So yeah, so you want to say something along the lines of, again, keep it broad, because don't ever say I do Google, Facebook, Instagram, because everyone's had a bad experience with marketing, so we don't want to remind them of the experience.
In that situation, would I say like, oh, so I run a full-scale market agency?
Don't ever say marketing, bro.
Okay.
Don't ever say marketing, don't ever say agency, don't say I this, I that. Apart from when you're helping someone, right? So for instance, if you said to me, so what is it, Andre? Go on and just get to the point. I would say, so just I'll say in a nutshell, I'm just helping pool fitters, no, let me say servicing, sorry. So I'll be like, yeah, Javier, in a nutshell, I'm just helping pool, was it serving?
So,
Servicing, oh, okay. Can't read my handwriting. So I'll say, yeah, Javis, in a nutshell, I'm just helping pool servicing companies, or won't even say companies, I say people, because again, you don't want to say like these corporate type words, right? And you'll figure it out. But I would say, yeah, Javier, I'm just helping pool servicing people get more customers through their online presence. And yeah, I just thought I'd give you a call. Is that cool? And they're gonna be like, online presence, like, so like, what do you mean? Like, what is it? And then you're gonna fire backwards straight away. Well, the reason I called, like, I'm super busy, or I would say to begin with, bro, just because I want you to have an easy time, don't say I'm super busy. When you get confident, you can say that because it really throws them off, and I love saying it because like, I just get like out of it. But for you, you can just say, yeah, I know you're busy. So the reason I called is I have some free time this week, and I just wanted to show you exactly what I'm talking about.
Would you mind writing that down in the script too?
Yeah, absolutely. So some people make I have some free time next week. It's the weekend. I'm gonna say this. I have some free time next week.
So let them know in simple terms, which is, yeah, I just help pool builders in the community just build their online presence and overall get more clients or customers. So one thing that's really huge when it comes to the pool industry, because I've been looking up on this on a lot of Facebook pages, and some people even say they haven't marketed in years. And that's because referrals are the main biggest marketing thing you can do.
Okay.
So what would I do if they say something? Because I just read a comment the other day. It was like, I haven't marketed in 5 years.
Mhm.
So what if they're like, oh, I don't need any type of I don't need any help in my online presence. I already have referrals to support me.
Perfect. So this is probably going to be your cut off with these, bro. So when I was working with Just Therapists, I realized after about 8 months of offering Facebook ads, no one fucking wanted Facebook ads. They needed Facebook ads, but they didn't want it. And they all wanted referrals because all the bigger people online all got referrals from their brand and stuff. So I changed my pitch from I do paid advertisement to I help boost your word of mouth referrals. And it just went so much more crazier. So let me know what we're doing in simple terms. So I know. So what do you do? So in nutshell. So I'm just gonna leave it blank for this part. I help pool X. So in a nutshell, pool X. Excuse me. I massively boost. I help. So in a nutshell, I help pool services massively boost their word of mouth referrals using So in a nutshell, I help pool servicing people massively boost their word of mouth referrals using your online presence. I'm going to say something along the lines of what does presence mean? So they're going to say something along the lines of this, like what does that even mean?
Okay.
And you want to fire back. And again, this is not set in stone, bro. This is I want to keep it super broad.
Right.
So what does that mean? So I like to kind of make them feel silly. And again, this will come from experience. Okay. Well, they're going to say like online presence, like what does online presence mean? And I always fire back with something along the lines of, what, your online presence, like you're online, right? Yeah, we've got a website or this and that. And you'd be like, well, then I use everything, and you could always say there's no like one way of doing things, right? And again, some people make conversation, some people won't. Some people generally aren't interested, will say they're not interested. And with someone who needs more customers or wants help with online marketing or help with their online presence or whatever, they'll be like, yeah, I'm free at this time, It's all going to depend on the person. but you're gonna get some dickheads on the phone 1,000,000%. Out of 100 calls you make, you're gonna get 10 arseholes basically. How to deal with these people if they're super trying to pressure you, like what does online presence mean? You can say, well, everything online, you know, and just shut up, right? Because they're gonna have Facebook, they're gonna have YouTube, they're gonna have Instagram, websites, whatever social media accounts they've got, and you want to say, well, your online presence, like before you pick up the phone, you're gonna know what platforms they have, right?
Right.
And if they say, oh, I've got Facebook, I've got this, I got that, and you say, well done, that's what we use. But to keep it plain and sweet with you, there's no like one size fits all. I'm guessing you realize that, otherwise I'll be on the beach in Barbados and not calling you and then start laughing. But anyway, I've got some free time.
Even that little sentence right there, that's like gold right there, man.
Yeah. And the trick is, bro, we're always trying to close. When I say close, we're closing, like our objective is to get a meeting, right? We're not closing to try and sell them for marketing. So we always want to try and close them. So for each thing I say, after I've told them what it is that I do, now I'm just selling the meeting. And even if they give me some bullshit answer, like, oh yeah, I'll think about it, or I might be interested, or something along the lines, I'm like, sweet, so I got some free time on Tuesday. Does that work for you? Yeah. I'm always bringing them back to the close, right? I just want to set your expectations like really well. I always use 100 because 100 is what you should be aiming for, like the amount of times you dial the phone if you had a full day, like 4 or 5 hours of calling.
That's a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time, bro. So out of 100, 60 people will answer, or you speak to 60 business owners on average. 10 of them are going to be rude as hell, like rude as hell. Tell you to F off and just be horrible to you. So that leaves you with 50. Out of the 50, probably 25 of them are going to try and make conversation. The other 25 are be rude and blunt. So people that make conversation, I can have a chat with them. The other people that don't make conversation, get straight to the point and book them in for a call, right?
Yeah. So
yeah.
build rapport.
Build rapport. Yeah, build rapport. One thing to keep in mind as well, what I learned from working in corporate companies, is that if someone just says, yeah, sure, let's do it, and they give you a date and time, that's great, perfect, we've got the call, but that's not sales, that's just customer service. So by someone giving you an objection, that's when you grow and that's when you learn. So by people giving you stick, this is a good thing, because we need to learn and grow. And then give it 3 months, bro, you'll be a wizard on the phone. I doubt you have to pick up a phone again.
Understood.
Yeah. Because our objective, bro, is just to get you to 10K as soon as possible. We could easily do that in the next 3 months, 2 months, with just cold calling.
Yeah, it's just time management I'm really working on right now, because I was just working 10 hours and I really only had like 2 free time. So I know Marcus was telling me, because he was in kind of the same boat I was, how he just designate like an hour to doing this outreach and another hour to doing this. So that's probably what I'm going to try to implement into my marketing strategy.
Yeah, I was the same, bro. So I had 2 shifts. So one shift would be 7:30 to like 4:30, and then my other shift would be 11 till like 8:30. So I was like mixed about. And the thing with my job is they said it's a rota, but it wasn't. Like they would just call me in on different times, because I had a job and I can't argue back. I don't want to get fired. I just have to take it. So yeah, what Marcus went through, I went through. So like, yeah, you're in safe hands with us, bro. A funny story. I don't know straight away too much, because I wanted it so bad, bro. I used to go sit in the disabled toilet at work, because we used to have the office, and then if you come out our main office and walk around the corner, there was another office, and in between the 2 offices there was a disabled toilet that had a window and it wasn't so echoey. So I used to lock myself in that toilet on my breaks. I just used a cold call. Yeah, I remember the signal was terrible as well, so it was a bad idea, but I managed to book some meetings and make some money. So yeah. So if you think you got it tough, bro, it was cold calling some disabled toilet just to make some money. But yeah, tangent off anyway, tangent off. Let's just stick to the script. Cool. So we've worked out what they may or might not say. And now we're at the part where we have to close them for the actual meeting. And because I put in red here, if it's the weekend, you're going to say next week. If it's Monday, you're going to say this week. For you, bro, because your times are all very muddled, you're kind of forced to give them a day and time. If you can give them availability, great. But if you can't, you can't. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. So if you can only do Tuesday at 2:30, you can only do Tuesday at 2:30. So we need to make it happen. So just remember, when you're on the phone, I always had my Google Calendar out, and I would know when I've got availability, and I would give them different times, right? So for you, bro, if it's Monday and you can only talk on Wednesday or something, just say, I've got some free time on Wednesday around this and this time. What works better for you?
Yeah, I'd for sure at least have, like, if it came to that, I'd for sure have at least 1 hour set through every day of the week. Because yeah, my shifts do change out of nowhere, and they may say like the next day, like, hey, you know what, we're actually sending you 4 hours away from here, so pack up. And I'm just like, what the fuck? All right, I'm going. So yeah, I know that's gonna really limit my possibility or capability. So that sucks. But
yeah, and this is why Marcus was saying about content, right? Because your personal branding is going to be super important. Because at the end of this, I'll show you how to tell people you've got a community. And if they can go into a community full of other people in the industry and see you as an authority, you can be as honest as you need to be, right? I'd never recommend lying to anyone, because I've never lied to anyone, but I haven't told 100% truth, if that makes sense. So for instance, when I had my full-time job, I didn't tell them I had a full-time job. I just told them I was busy. If that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, but with you, bro, shit's gonna happen and it's not gonna go your way. Like, that is generally what's gonna happen. So we need to learn to deal with it. And if you have a good relationship with the people you spoke to and they see you as a nice guy and they trust you and they like you, just say to the whole business person, like, I'll be honest, bro, I actually have this full-time job, but this is where I'm trying to go. Like, I know about this, this, and this, and this. And yeah, and just go straight into it. And what you need to remember with all these business owners, bro, they did not wake up and click the fingers and they had a business. They all started from somewhere. So by you starting from somewhere and being honest about it, they're all going to say to you, well, yeah, I remember them days. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
For instance, I was told a trick when I first started a cold calling job and the door-to-door job. If you mess up, just go, oh, it's my first day, I'm so sorry. And they're going to be like, oh, you poor thing, I remember my first day. And really, it wasn't my first day. It was I was 6 months in, but I was just having a bad day. I couldn't talk properly. So when I used to mess up, I was like, oh, so sorry, it's my first day. And they'll be like, oh, it's my first day. And they'll be like, oh my God, it's your first day. I remember when it was my first day. And it's just, you're relating to people now, right? And you're building rapport. So if it comes to it, which we'll deal with it when it comes to it, by the way, but I just want to set your mind straight. If worst case scenario, bro, you just tell people, yeah, I got a full-time job. I'm doing this on the side. I'm trying to quit my job by this date. And yeah, I'm just looking for 3 new clients. What are they going to say? Nah, I don't want to work with someone who's an entrepreneur and wants to change their life exactly what I done to get out of my job and start my business. They're not going to say that. Yeah, you still there? So like his laptop may have died. What happened?
My fucking computer died, bro. I had it plugged in, but it wasn't actually plugged in. It was just a prank. Fuck. Yeah, I gotta plug that in. But yeah, I'm still listening about the first day. So I do have a question about that. So you never mentioned that
that you were the founder of blah, blah, blah? You never mentioned that you were the founder of blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm actually the founder of JD Boost, so I'm trying to make it out, this and that.
Yeah. Like, the main point I want you to take away from that is, bro, if you're calling a business owner and you think that business owner was born into this business and he never had a hard day in his life, then you're more far from the truth. So if it goes wrong, just start talking to him like a human being. Oh, sorry, mate. Like, I'll be honest, I can't do that time. It's my job. I've been in this job for a few years, and the reason I'm trying to quit is because of this. And my ex-girlfriend's dad's a pool cleaner, so I know the industry because I hear him talking about it every day at dinner. So yeah. Anyway, to the point, like, is there any way you could do one of these times? And he's gonna be like, I put £1,000 on it. He's gonna say something along the lines of, oh my God, bro, like, I remember when I was trying to do the X, Y, Z. So yeah, let's find a time that works for you. The fact you've been honest and told the truth will give you so much more credibility.
I got you.
That's okay. Worst story, bro. I don't think that's gonna happen, but if it does, perfect. So cool. So once you've told them exactly like what you're doing, and they've said yeah, you're like yeah. So you told them, let's read it. So in a nutshell, I help pool services massively increase their word of mouth referrals using their online presence. And I have some free time on Monday, and I just wanted to show you exactly what I'm doing. Does that work for you? Yeah. And exactly what I'm talking about. I want to show you exactly. Yeah, let's just keep it as that. So I wanted to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Does that work for you? Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah. Always say yes after your sentence, or yeah, or however you talk, bro. I say yeah. You might say yep, yes, whatever, you know. But does that work for you? Yeah. You always want to say yes, yes. When you want something, if you don't want something that doesn't work for you, no. You know, because yeah, that's that. So hopefully that part makes sense. It's pretty straightforward, right?
It is, yeah.
Cool. So they said, yeah, Jabir, I'm free next week. Tuesday at 2:30. That works fine. And you're gonna say, okay, cool. Now, the first 30 people that say yes to you, you're gonna get so excited, bro. The first thing your mind's gonna think, oh, I've done it. Yeah, cool. And you're gonna come across like a puppy or whatever the phrase is. So what I need you to do, bro, as soon as someone says yes, take a deep breath and then talk. Because you're gonna be excited, you're gonna mess it up, and this is where you're gonna fuck up. It's when you're gonna lose the sale, right? So don't get too excited. It's gonna happen and you're gonna fuck up 10 times. So just realize this is part of learning. But as soon as someone says yes, just take a breath and be like, okay, cool. So what's your personal email address and mobile number? Shush. With pool cleaners, I can imagine they're gonna have one email address and a phone number, so I don't see it being an issue for you. In the niches I work in, there's always info, admin, all this type of shit. With you, there's a sole company, so you're not going to have that. If they do say anything along the lines of info, admin, just be like, no, I actually need your personal email address. So yeah, that's that.
I do have one comment for that. So whenever I do send my calendar, one of the things that is given is to put their phone number as well as their email address and the name of their pool company. Those are the three requirements. So instead of saying that, could I just be like, yeah, I'm gonna send you my calendar so you can book the time and Google? No. Okay.
Because if they're like, yeah, cool, I'll do that, and you're like, perfect, I'm gonna send you my link and you're gonna fill it out. If you said that to me, I'll be like, fuck you, bro. Like, you called me.
That's right.
Just doing it. If you've been doing it, bro, if you got 10K recurring, cool, mix it up, but don't ever do that. Especially not on the phone. So yeah, ask for their personal email and their number. Once you get that number, perfect. If they say what's it for, which they're probably not going to because they're going to understand, you're going to say, so what's your personal address and mobile number so I can send you some confirmation. You don't have any video testimonials, do you? So
no.
Perfect. So this is what you're going to say. So what's your personal email address and mobile number so I can send you some confirmation? Shush. Yeah, this is my email address, this is my number. repeat it back to them. Perfect, nice, pretty straightforward. What was this in your question? Cool. So you want to ask them what they use more, Facebook or LinkedIn? What was it in your request? From request on LinkedIn or Facebook and build a community. So you want to say, so just out of curiosity, I'm going to spell this wrong. What do you use more? What do you use more, Facebook or LinkedIn? As I'm building a community for us. Yeah, I can't spell today, but you can spell it for me. So just out of curiosity, what do you use more, Facebook or LinkedIn? And they're gonna say probably Facebook. I'm honest, if it's ball cleaners, I could be wrong, prove me wrong. And they're gonna say I use Facebook, why? And you wanna say I'm just building a community for us, to us pool service cleaners, whatever, to networking. And they're gonna be like, oh, okay. So can I send you? So can I send you a friend request? Yeah, sure, you can send me a friend request. Perfect. And you know, how's it about your personal brand and stuff like that? Every phone call you make, bro, whether they're interested or not, ask them, I'm building a community online on Facebook. Can I send you a friend request? Try getting the habit of saying that. Because all the leads that don't convert, you can convert them later on.
If it's in the script, I'm gonna say it every time.
Cool. Perfect. Perfect. So they're gonna say, yeah, Jabir, I use Facebook, and you're gonna say, oh, cool. Can I send you a friend request? Yeah, you can send me a friend request. Perfect. Add them to your funnel drip, and add them content. So essentially, bro, what this is, you're gonna have a Facebook group. It's gonna have loads of content in every day. They're gonna see you each and every single day being a G. And they're going to be like, do you know what? Actually, let me give this boy a chance. Or once they book in a call and there's a period where they don't hear from you, bless you. Each time they open their phone, bro, they're going to see you every single day and they're going to be reminded, oh, I can't wait to talk to this person. Yeah, I've seen this, I've seen that. You know how like we have email automations? Same, yes. Exactly the same thing. Cool. And then you want to repeat the details and the date and time back to them. So, Mr. Business Owner, you said that Tuesday 2:30 works well for you, yeah? Yes, it does. And your email address was this? Yes, it was. And your phone number is this? Yes, that's my phone number. Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Sam. Appreciate it. I'll see you then. Job done.
Okay, yeah, that's fucking solid shit, man. For sure, yeah. Are you just gonna send that my way on the Zoom thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you mind sending me that on Discord just so I get it on my phone or computer?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, and all right, I wanted to talk to you regarding a VA. Given the time I have, and I know I've had two different opinions from Frankie and Marcus, and of course I would like to listen to Marcus, but the more people I ask, more second opinions I get. So regarding hiring a VA, Frankie told me that that would probably be my best bet, and that's something he wants me to do given the time I have, and he could be doing like minimum 70 calls a month minimum. And given that I already have a script, I feel like that would be a good idea. But Marcus told me that I have to do it myself and set my own system so I can teach them that system. So I agree with what Marcus says too, but I also agree with what Frankie says. So I need your opinion on that.
Yeah, so let me start recording.